What does Coke smell like?
Never done it. I've never done cocaine. Police.
I've never done cocaine either.
Turn the cameras off. No, truly, I've never done it. I've never done it, so I couldn't tell you what the smell is.
Yeah, me neither. No, I feel like we're like
You've got a face though where like you look like you have cocaine on you at all times.
in me at all times.
Yeah.
On me at all times. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Kite Club. I'm Jonathan Kite. With me, as always, is my man on the keys, Ryan Neeson, and producer Paul Corey. Thanks for joining us again. First rule of Kite Club is like and subscribe. Tell everybody about Kite Club. Come on. You know the 3 rules. Get on board. Introduce a friend. Introduce an enemy. Introduce a frenemy. Just help us out, will you? I'm like, this is more. There's going to be Arms of an Angel just playing in the background. It says we're going to put on a filter of a chain link fence
For the price of a cup of coffee a day.
what do you mean for a price? For free.
For free coffee.
Just for free coffee. For getting in line at the Soup Kitchen Coffee. In the arms of the angel. Like and subscribe. We're back at it this week. By the time this comes out, I'll be at the Comedy Basement tonight. This is going to be Thursday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. in Grand Central Market. And we're going to be at Tempe Improv. It's a long way out. But it's going to be June 29th through July 2nd. So come celebrate July 4th weekend. Ryan's going to be there. Got Mike Eaton on there, Rudy Pavich. It's going to be an unbelievable show. Come out and join us. And why is there a huge gap, you're asking, between now and the next time I do a stand-up? Well, because I sold a movie. I sold a movie, and I've been working my nards off on it. It's called Need a Little Christmas. It's a Christmas movie that I wrote that I'm really excited about. And we're shooting for the next few months in Oklahoma. And nobody ever tells you that it will take every waking moment to do this film, because there will always be fires to put out. And we haven't even started filming yet. So it's one of the reasons that my face has started to look even more and more like a candle on its last hour. It's, man, is it exhausting. But it's been really cool. You know, we buddies of mine who I did a Super Bowl commercial with these two, a couple, Jason and Heather, years ago. It was for Budweiser, a designated driver, right? And you always need those ads. And so when I got to the audition, I was supposed to be the designated maybe wandering eyes guy. What it was about is stereotypes at every party. So there's like the makeout couple and the designated, whatever. There was all these stereotypes.
I remember those commercials, actually.
Yeah, right?
I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember that.
It was pretty big. And it ran for a long time. It ran for like 2 or 3 years. But the crazy thing about it was when I got there, they had wanted, for some reason, the guy to have really long hair. And that wasn't a part of the description. It had nothing to do with any of the joke, the physical, they were just like, so when I got there, casting was like, what part are you here to read for? And I said, I'm here to read for the designated wandering eyes guy. So there was a taller, well-endowed woman, and he was sort of having a conversation with her, and then his eyes were making it south. And so when I got there, she's like, well, you can't read for that part. He needs to have long hair. Have no idea why. She goes, will you read for the designated appetizer hog? And your boy had put on some pounds hibernating that winter. It was a pretty direct insult to my face that you're not believable without long hair as a guy that casually checks out women's tits in a beer commercial, but you do look like the hog who's playing freeze tag at the appetizer table and won't leave ghoul. Ghoul?
I don't know, but I like the idea of that they're like, you look like you'd be way more into snacks than you are tits.
That's what I mean. Yeah. She looked at me and she's like, the only part that you can play is the designated fatty. And so, and I look back at that commercial. It does look like I'm wearing a bit of a clump suit. And so, so I got in this commercial, and the crazy thing about it was we were on set all day. I wound up booking the part, and I was just double dipping, like, full nuck deep in the sauces, just sort of like the way that the way that a cat would like drink out of a bird bath or something. And that's what I was with guacamole. It was real gross. And people always go, is it fun to eat in commercials? It's not. I've done a Mrs. Butterworth commercial. I had to eat pancakes for over 4 hours. Did a gum commercial, Orbits, where I had to keep eating, and then every take there was a spit bucket, and it was all the grossest food you can imagine: bag of chips, beef link jerky, circus peanuts. I don't know what else there was.
That's literally my diet.
Yeah.
At the moment.
That's just called the raccoon.
Yeah, I eat out of 7-Elevens.
That's what the appetizer hog looked like he was already on.
Yeah.
So anyway, I met this couple, Jason and Heather, who were the designated makeout couple. They were a married couple, and we became really good friends, and we tried to do some films over the years. And they came to me and said, we have this idea for a Christmas movie. We would love to have you produce it, be one of the stars, and we'd like for you to write it. And it's going to, Oklahoma right now is booming. So the way that it works is a lot of states offer tax credits, tax incentives for productions to come in and sort of help boost the economy in certain aspects. And so right now there's a lot of states, depending on where you are. I know Arkansas is another big one. Oklahoma has a lot of big tax incentives right now. So we're taking over this little town in Oklahoma that literally it looks like a Hallmark greeting card. It's called El Reno, Oklahoma, and it has taken up all of my life.
Yeah, I've seen.
Dude, producers, when you say like, oh, I'm a producer on something, oh, I produce, it's like the thing that people used to say before influencer, where they were trying to fuck girls. When I first got out here, like everybody without a job was just like, oh yeah, who's secretly a drug dealer but didn't want to get caught, was just like, no, I'm a producer. Because it's hard to fact check because there's so many things that a producer can do that it's like you literally can be like, oh, I introduced the two of you, so now I'm a producer. And then they just throw that credit around.
Yeah, it seems like something that everyone has done at some point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a producer.
That everyone, was that the alarm? That was the alert to let us know that there's another producer that just came on board.
Every time an iPhone alert goes off,
a producer gets his wings. I was going to say, it's like Gremlins. You just add water to the producers, they multiply.
And I don't want to talk to them after midnight either.
Dude, don't feed them, appetizer hog. But it's nuts. And so there's 3 main producers, and what you realize is that, because we're getting obviously EP titles, producer titles, whatever, but we have all these meetings that we're constantly in about divvying up, because when you do an indie film, that's the one thing. I mean, people love to rag on the studio system about how corrupt and, horrible it is and soul sucking. But the truth is they have a lot of money for a lot of people to do their specialty, which is for us, we sort of have to learn as we're going. Now, obviously I've done a lot of things, in some capacity, like I've written before, so I was able to help with that. And Jason is also directing, and he's done that, which is really great. But at the end of the day, it's like we're sort of learning things as we go. It's sort of it's like a DIY indie film that hopefully we'll get to teach masterclass on. But it is. Yeah. I have not slept in a few months.
You're only 24, right?
I wish 24 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
I'm so weak I can't even blow the cake out. The candle is just me being blown out.
Yeah.
On my own birthday candle.
Just fall asleep.
Guys, pick up Kite Club Jonathan Kite Face birthday candles. They always look like
they just come half melted.
They've been out. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
These used candles.
Dude. It's yeah, man. I and that's the thing you don't realize, like, like how much you have to do, because there's deadlines, and when you have to do all this stuff, you don't get extra time. You're just like, you got to do it. So that's what I'm dealing with. And you are barely alive today.
Yeah, I tore my back pretty bad. I have a torn ligament in my back from breaking up a dog fight between my own dogs.
I was going to say, this was not at a shelter. This was not at a Michael Vick house party.
Like I was a hero. I go down to Mexico and break up dog fights now. That's what I'm about. Now I have a pit bull and a pit bull boxer mix and a small like Yorkie poodle. And they got into a fight. And as you can imagine, it's pretty one-sided.
That feels like a terrible reality show.
Yeah.
Where it's like your version of Dog the Bounty Hunter, like Dog the breakup fighter.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a tag team match between me and the poodle and my my boxer.
I mean,
I had to get up behind her and like I was like doing a rear naked choke on her while like pulling her mouth off my other dog. And in the process, I've hurt my back, and this is the first day I've been able to like really sit up without pain.
And you have pads on, right?
I've got pads on.
What kind of pads are you wearing?
What is it? Hummingway.
Hummingway pads.
Yeah.
And they come in a variety of color. You know why? Because we're inclusive.
Yeah.
Um,
And they feel great right now. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
They yeah, man. When you screw something like that up, but you went to a doctor and it's not you didn't go on WebMD, right?
I went to a chiropractor, which is not a real, which is kind of WebMD.
Witch doctor, bro.
Yeah.
We said Kite Club does not endorse chiropractors.
Anybody who says doctor and then they go, I'm Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Probably not a doctor.
Yeah, that feels like how Trump describes it.
Yeah.
I am a doctor, Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul.
My doctor's a real.
Was his last name Paul though?
No, he gives you his first
No,
name.
I'm kidding.
I'm not giving out his real name, but he's.
Paul's not his real name.
No, it's not. None of that's his real name.
No. That's fake. Yeah. What else? What other fake doctors are there?
Ooh.
Dentists.
Yeah. I just was at the dentist earlier today, too.
I know, dude. My tooth chipped.
Really?
Yeah, the back of it. I got to get them replaced. I got so all my front my front teeth are all fake. When I first got out to LA, I was making out with a girl, humble brag, and it was not first when I got out to. I had been
Sounds like it was
for
consensual.
years.
You broke 4 teeth doing it.
So we were aggressively making out, and I chipped a tooth on hers. It was in my own version of breaking up a dog fight, and right away I've had teeth issues my entire life. I'm like a dog that's been bred poorly.
You've got it. Did someone push you into each other? How do you chip a tooth?
Gravity. We were making out in a car.
And you fell?
That was falling off a cliff. Yes. It was an action movie sequence. We're like, no, we got one more take in us. We can do this.
Okay.
No, it was the weirdest thing. I think we were literally both just adjusting, and I think like it was a pretty small car, and we were sort of like it wasn't going anywhere hot and heavy. Like that's the thing. It wasn't like we were doing something like like ripping. It was literally just our faces were too close together, and we just kind of went boop. And then, but it was only like a little bit of my tooth that got chipped off. And then what had happened was, I mean, I've had teeth problems my entire life. I had braces when I was a kid, and I did not wear them. The retainer, like afterwards. Yeah, I'm saying like I didn't do the follow through. So, and I had to have one of those things put at the top of my mouth where my mom had to use like a turn crank.
I had that too.
Like an old torture device from medieval.
And headgear.
I didn't have to use headgear.
I had headgear too. That shit hurts.
Oh, dude.
And you've never felt like more of a dork in your entire life.
Did you? But did you have to wear it outside of the home?
I was embarrassed at home. I was getting bullied by my dad.
Yeah, your dad was like,
this fucking nerd pushes me down the stairs.
That's why you needed the headgear. You needed a helmet.
Yeah, that's what the headgear was.
Yeah, it wasn't about your
padding
teeth.
on top.
So I've had teeth issues my entire life, and so they anyway. So I got crowns put on them, and then but they've lasted like almost 20 years, and I don't even know. I think it was they weakened and then it cracked. So I got to get a new
You were
one.
with me when I chipped my tooth in half a couple weeks ago.
You were just eating a taco.
No, I was eating chips that I had sent back because the chips were not done. So they were soft tortilla. I sent them back to have them extra crispy. They come back and chip my tooth.
Right away. We were at the restaurant and he's just like, "Excuse me, sir. Yeah, you really Goldilocks them. These are too soft." And then
They were not done.
He brought you back shards of glass.
Yeah.
Well, they were hot as hell. They just it felt like that they had been sitting under a heat lamp for 2 hours.
I don't know, but he got the last laugh.
Yeah. Well, he's also a dentist.
I went to him.
Go to the
actually.
bottom of the
Yeah.
of the chips and you're like, "Whoa, whose card is this?"
It's on
Dr.
the chip.
Paul.
Dr. Paul. I also fix your back.
What's going on in the news?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, by the time this is out, I might have been arrested. Okay. So does Trump have a monopoly, by the way, where just everything is him go to jail?
Yeah, it's just everything.
Everything. For
Go to
Stormy Daniels. I love how he's asking people to, if you guys don't know this, by the time this comes out, it'll be Thursday. So he either will be in jail or he won't be. But he is predicting that he's going to be arrested for the hush payment to Stormy Daniels of $130,000.
That's what this is about?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And they go and they think that they're not going to arrest him. But by the way, no one else is reporting it. He just said, go to the streets, riot, take back America if I go back for paying a whore.
Yeah. What's illegal about paying a prostitute?
No. I mean, I don't know what she was being hushed about.
I mean, it seems like a weird thing. Like after of everything, this is
the one thing that gets him.
This
he's
is
like Al Capone.
This is his tax evasion.
Well, no, that's the thing.
Well, they can't get him on
you
tax
can't get him on
evasion.
taxes. This is the new thing.
Huh.
They got him on Stormy.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, his monopoly is literally just go to
Just
jail.
go to jail,
Go to
yeah.
jail, and then every railroad is just him running a train on a porn star. That's his monopoly.
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
buy it. It's a limited
A
edition.
community chest is just him peeing on a woman's chest.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or him getting his peed on.
No,
Wasn't that the thing?
Go to the tape.
You got it, Eric?
I mean that's the craziest thing
That's
is like
wild.
asking his followers to taking it to the streets. We'll play taking it to the streets to riot.
Yeah.
If he goes to jail for paying hush money.
He's like, I've never, as Trump, I've never endorsed violence. I've never endorsed riots.
Yeah, he
And then-
denied the
yeah.
January 6th stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm against violence of all kind unless they try to take me away from paying a woman off.
It's crazy.
That I'm going to get very violent. No, but it's a political stunt. You got to imagine that he has to, it's like a new season of Fear Factor. For him to be competitive in any way in the next election, I mean, we're not a political podcast, but it's like, he's got to do something where he's now a martyr.
I think we should have a law where nobody over 75 gets put in jail. What's the point? It's such a
We
waste.
just take him out to the back.
Just put a fucking ankle monitor on him. Are they going to escape fat? I mean, it's just so
Oh, I thought you were
stupid.
going to go real dark. You're just going to take him behind the bar in an old yellow
What is
room.
this, Canada? Canada literally wants their old people to just commit suicide if they don't feel well because their health care is running out.
Really?
When I was up there in Toronto, like a bunch of people were telling me about that.
Oh, I thought you were like, when I was up there in Toronto,
I had
how
to kill-
old are you,
I had-
sir?
I had to
'Cause
kill 3 of them.
Some guy tried to sell you suicide.
That's what they make you do as an American. They're like, you have a gun, right? Kill one of our old people.
It's
a new charity.
It's their Hunger Games, or it's the Dangerous Game. They just let Americans
Yeah.
loose in an open field with aging Canadians.
Yeah.
It's called Thin the Herd.
Yeah, it's not tough. They're not very mobile, so.
Who, Canadians?
Old Canadians.
Oh, I don't know, man. Get him on moose back. You're not going to catch those motherfuckers. What else? Ryan Reynolds.
Dude, that guy's
Dude, he sold. So if you guys know, Ryan Reynolds sold Mint Mobile for what is it, 1.3 or 1.6
I think it was
billion
1.6.
to T-Mobile.
1.3.
1.3. Yeah,
It was?
Thank
Oh.
you.
1.35.
1.35. Hi there. He takes
He owns 25%.
Wait, how much did you say? 1.3? Yeah.
1.3.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and he takes home 300.
He takes home 300,000.
300 million.
He did. He got really screwed in the deal. No, I know.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's unbelievable that he took something that, because like Cricket was like, we got to get a celebrity. Cricket Wireless. There's all those like failing, or not failing, but small businesses. Is that what Ryan Reynolds' new show is going to be?
I was going to say, he just made $300 million like selling phones to drug dealers.
Yeah, burner phones.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
The fentanyl problem in America is because of Ryan Reynolds.
And now T-Mobile has just inherited a fentanyl problem.
Yeah.
But what is that going to be? What is it? What's your Bar Rescue? You love
Bar
that show.
Rescue. I
You
love Bar Rescue. Sure
brother,
do.
You love Bar Rescue.
Sure do. John Taffer. Let's get him on the pod.
That John, we're asking
Paul, do you have a
public-
connection to
public
John
ask.
Taffer?
I don't think so.
God damn it.
But it's the craziest thing is like you think Ryan Reynolds is just going to go to failing businesses and just try to get T-Mobile to buy them.
Just no
Yeah,
matter the
just
business.
no matter what. Yeah, they're going to turn into Walmart. They're just going to be all inclusive.
They're hilarious.
That's the only thing all inclusive about Walmart. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. That's insane that he was able to do that.
He's
1.3 mil.
Such a smart dude.
Incredible.
I mean, he sold Aviation Gin for $610 million, and then he had an advertising agency that got bought out too.
What's up with his soccer team though?
And he's got a soccer team with Rob McElhenney.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What we got to think of something that we can help that Ryan Reynolds can help
This
us.
podcast. Can you get T-Mobile to buy the podcast?
And just no Ryan Reynolds to buy the podcast and then we
then
flip it.
Oh, we're flipping it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And flip it to T-Mobile. Flip this pod.
Flip this pod.
Ryan Reynolds present. Hi there. I'm Ryan Reynolds. Welcome to Kite Club. First rule of Kite Club is tell everyone about Kite Club. The second rule of Kite Club is tell everyone about Kite Club. Third rule is like and subscribe so we can flip this to T-Mobile, America's #1 wireless network. I love Ryan Reynolds, dude. The first time ever, my mom, we were watching Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place. Did you ever see that old sitcom?
Yeah, I remember
Such
that
a
show.
great sitcom. And he's on it. And my mom was watching it, and then she goes, or you talk like him, or he talks like you.
Oh, really?
Just because we over-enunciate.
Hi there.
I mean, I think he has a cleaner voice than I do. Mine sounds like Ryan Reynolds on cold medication. Hi there, I'm Ryan Reynolds before NyQuil.
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Hi
with
there, and I'm
severe
Ryan
allergies.
Reynolds after NyQuil.
Yeah. Severe allergy, Ryan Reynolds.
I play Ryan Reynolds in the before,
Yeah.
of all of his movies. A guy trying to get his life together, and then Ryan Reynolds is the guy that does.
Year before he gets bought out by
Yeah.
T-Mobile.
I'm Mint Mobile.
Yeah, you're Mint.
Why was it even called Mint Mobile?
Great question. Why was it called Mint Mobile?
Yeah, I'm the before just of Ryan Reynolds, and I hope to be Ryan Reynolds one day. He's on all my my mood boards, my vision boards. My house just looks like a real True Detective, sort of like there's pictures of Ryan Reynolds everywhere. Going, how do I do this?
No idea why it's called Mint Mobile.
The internet has failed us again.
Thanks for vamping, though.
Yeah, I was like, this will come soon. We have Google.
Yeah.
And apparently we do not. So we'll have Mint Mobile
Call it Mint
origin
Mobile.
story updates for the next podcast.
Because he knew T-Mobile would purchase it for a mint. That's why.
He already had the plan.
It's a vision board. You said it.
And then what else we got? Bobby Caldwell passed away.
God damn it.
Do you guys know Bobby Caldwell? Bobby Caldwell was an unbelievable singer.
Can we get some of that music in here right now?
I guess you wonder where
And it's amazing. And I didn't know this until you shared this with me. I love Bobby Caldwell's music, been listening to it a long time, but didn't realize that a big appeal or a big trend on the internet was black people finding out that Bobby Caldwell was white.
Yep, it's one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube.
That they're reaction videos.
Well, because it started off with me. I thought he was black as well. I thought he was black, and I saw a picture of him when I downloaded the album, and I was like, who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah.
And a lot of black people share the same sentiment with me, and the reactions are hilarious.
And then, so go check it out.
As soon as he gets to like the high note, they just fucking leave the room. They're just so surprised.
I mean,
by
he's an
what's up.
unbelievable singer. He died this week. I mean, it's so funny. I don't know that I've ever thought about him as white or black. I'm never like,
Just a voice.
I'm not like a race detective. When someone, I'm like, wait, turn that up. Give me a second. Yeah, this guy's black. I don't know that I don't know that I do that. I just like, I don't know that I don't know what color he was.
It's a stereotype. You hear the guy sing, you're like, yeah, that dude's got soul. That's a black guy.
Michael McDonald though.
There's videos of him, the reactions to him
Yeah,
too.
there are a lot of
Which, by the way, super racist.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, a new segment we call "Black People Don't Think White People Can Sing."
I was like, it'd be funny, man. It's like, imagine you're watching NASCAR. Dude wins the race, takes off his helmet, and it's Bubba Wallace, and every white person's like, what just happened? How was it a black guy the whole time?
Well, I wonder if Lewis Hamilton went through that.
Oh, in F1?
In F1, because I mean,
thing.
there isn't another black driver. I mean, you know, Paul, more about F1, I feel like, than I do. Has there been another black driver besides Lewis Hamilton? Oh, I mean, of that note, who's
No, not of that note.
no.
He's the only black driver in the history
There
of
you go.
F1. So,
There you go.
and he's got the same hairline as Tiger Woods.
What I thought you were going to say is that the guy wins NASCAR and an Asian guy gets out.
I mean, he looks like
And people are like, how did that guy win?
he looks like he'd be Tiger Woods' kid.
Are we breaking news here on the podcast?
I think so.
Lewis
Lewis
Hamilton
Hamilton is Tiger Woods'
kid.
child.
What else we got?
AI is going to cure cancer.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Well, they think it started with liver cancer.
Yeah, but it took 30 days for it to find this cure.
We're going to live forever.
Yeah, and it can predict
The
when
life
you're going to
expectancy,
die.
Yeah. Based on who the hell knows.
All of its 30 days of lifetime experience. That's the craziest thing about AI. It just compiles like everything, all the data in the world.
Well, so I was talking to a friend of mine who is a doctor, and he said that every 6 months or so, all of the information that has ever existed about medicine doubles.
Whoa.
So it's so hard now. I mean, he's like, they're constantly having to learn and update, and, you know, I mean, not that you didn't before, but you got to think of technology. I mean, we talked about this before, the amount of surgeries that are being done with robots.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, robots will be doctors soon.
Yeah, well, that's why they're going to be doctors, they're going to be lawyers, they're going to be podcasters.
We are AI. Not many people know that. We're avatars.
We're going to be, what else? I mean, it's nuts to think about how many jobs exist today that won't exist in 20 years.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn to work with AI. Is basically what it is. Like I feel like you're gonna have to learn to manage AI before it manages you.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Like there's already so many people that are doing like crazy, like they wrote like children's books with AI now.
Yeah.
I've been looking into this. Like they do AI completely for the whole thing. They'll go on ChatGPT to create a concept and then go on Midjourney to create the artwork for it.
ChatGPT just wrote the
done.
last scene in South Park this week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's crazy. It's like first time that it's Matt and Trey and ChatGPT.
Bro,
it's the
AI's
only time ever.
AI's 30 days old and it got into SAG before me.
No, it's not SAG. It would be the Writers Guild, and the truth is they don't do that. They don't do SAG.
okay.
My voiceover agent was like, "You'll never do South Park." I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "If you, it's what? Well,
It's non-union?
It's non-union.
What? How?
I don't know. Our listeners are enthralled by this.
Yeah. All right. Super gonorrhea.
Super gonorrhea, we got him back. So super gonorrhea is out and about, bro. It is. I feel like our STDs are just watching The Last of Us, and they're like, "Yo, we're coming for the human race." They are. This one is hard to beat. I don't like that we add super on things though. Like that it's just like now.
I'm surprised we didn't call it extreme gonorrhea.
Yeah, with an X.
by Mountain Dew.
By Mountain Dew, yeah. That's the new flavor of Mountain Dew. It's
called
gonorrhea. It burns going down.
Yeah, it's code red and itchy.
What are the bumps in here?
Ugh,
Gross.
I didn't order boba.
Suck down this thick load of extreme Mountain Dew gonorrhea. That's a new sponsor of the X Games.
Yeah, I mean, super gonorrhea. That's what's its kryptonite?
Clark Cunt. No. I said, how is that regular? How is that not regular gonorrhea? Clark Cunt. What is it? What is it?
Abstinence. It's the only
Yeah,
thing that can
abstinence.
fight it.
Yeah, that's it.
The symptoms.
Social distancing.
Yeah. Does it stop anybody? No.
I mean, no. It's spreading like wildfire. It's spreading like gonorrhea.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm not single, but I know people like singles. I know like don't like wearing condoms. Like I feel like Gen Z like hates condoms.
Is that true?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, from Gen Z.
I talked to
you
Gen
going
Z.
to school to school.
You're
Hey
in
guys,
eighth
what's
grade,
up?
like-
I'm Ryan. Just want to talk to you about bagging your peckers.
Can you please
Doing a
leave?
lot-
Can you please leave campus?
Yeah, I was gonna say campus. I was putting you at junior high.
So was I. That was the thing. Junior high campus.
Oh, see, I don't
we're-
even know the terms because I haven't been there.
We're
That's my
11.
defense.
I haven't been to a campus. I don't even know
I
colleges.
don't even know. I don't even know schools.
God, super good.
We animal news, which we do. There's more cocaine coming and going. An African wildcat captured in Ohio tests positive for cocaine, and after being sent to the Ohio Zoo, it's going to be sent to the Ohio Zoo. Sorry, I misread that.
No, Miami Zoo.
Oh
no.
No. I said it should be going to Miami Zoo.
Oh, that was you that said that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
I think we need to put all the
yeah.
cocaine animals in the Miami Zoo. Have like a Scarface wing.
That'd be great.
Dude,
We got the hippos from
that's
Pablo
what I'm saying.
Escobar.
Dude,
The crocodile that was found. Or that was meth. But I think that should still go to Miami.
there needs to be a drug rehab center in Miami.
That's hilarious.
Just rehabbing these. There's a needle. What is it?
I don't know, but this is a great sitcom. I don't know if it's going to be a real zoo, but it's a great sitcom.
Yeah, Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. That's the name of the rehab center.
Yeah, it's just two of everyone, and one of them's.
Because one's going to die.
We need extras,
Yeah.
but we have to make sure. No, it sounds like a reality show of like the last animals left on Earth, and how can we get them to populate?
Yeah.
And they're high on drugs. I mean,
It's
the craziest bitch.
It's just a lion fucking apologizing for his dick not working. It's not my fault. It's the cocaine.
they're in a circle. Yeah, that lion's just got coke dick.
So much for being king of the jungle.
Just the jerking off coked out lions. Come on, what?
Just play with it a little bit more. Rawr.
Why are we pitching the show?
I don't know.
We have two
What?
meetings though.
T-Mobile.
Ryan Reynolds, are you interested?
Yeah, I was just saying T-Mobile. It's just you.
Hi there. That lion's got coke dick. And then Arms of the Angel starts playing. In the arms of the...
Maybe he should try aviation gin.
No, that's the worst. Liquor for it.
Yeah, I know, but it's his product too.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, Blue Chew.
That's for Blue Chew.
Yeah, veterinarian strength Blue Chew.
Yeah.
I'm at it right now, which is why I'm hard as an armadillo. An armadillo.
There you go. There it was.
I mean, this is just crazy that, like, the amount of. Here's the thing. I am positive that there are
With super
way
gonorrhea?
more.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just tested. Hold on, that's what that alert was. Paul, don't check that on air. That that there's so many animals that are found with all the drugs that we're going back and forth. There are drugged up animals. Think about this. You know how like drug mules but they used to be, or they used to be mules.
Oh yeah.
So you got to think like there's got to be a lot of animals that have gotten into the drugs that are getting passed back and forth. By the way, how are they not making extra strength cocaine balloons? Ryan Reynolds.
You just like double bag it.
I've got a balloon in me right now. Oh, it just popped, and I feel amazing.
You think that this cat was being used as a mule, or do you think it ate cocaine?
I mean, I don't know.
Because you're not going to get enough inside of a cat. Like,
What does coke smell like?
Never done it. I've never done cocaine. Police.
I've never done cocaine either.
Turn the cameras off. No, truly, I've never done it. I've never done it, so I couldn't tell you what the smell is.
Yeah, me neither. No, I feel like we're like
You've got a face though where like you look like you have cocaine on you at all times.
in me at all times, on me at all times. Well,
Yeah.
I had a guy tell me one time when we were in college, everyone's doing blow, and he was like, yeah, you don't need it. Like, I was like, wow, I just got swiped left on blow.
What do they call it when like straight guys tease gay guys? Like they make them think they're gay or something like that. That's how you are for like coke dealers. They're like, oh, this is gonna be an easy score for me.
Let me tell you, people, this is how I knew I definitely looked like. I mean, I agree with you, but I think a little bit differently. Like, I don't think it's that they think they're going to sell to me. I was in a club one night, and these incredibly gorgeous girls were coming up to me, and they were just like sort of hanging out. We didn't even have a table. This was it was actually Ramsey's birthday, I think, when we were at Hyde. And these two girls came up to me, and they were dancing, and I was just like, this is a sting. Like, one of us is an undercover cop. You know, it's like, or we both are, and this is about to get really awkward. And we're both like, do you have drugs? And we're like, we got them. And we realized we're on the same team.
It was DEA and ATF at the same
time. Yeah, DEA punked. And they were, and then after, they weren't asking for drinks at the table or anything. And then one of the girls just like sort of leaned in, and then she was just like, hey, where can we buy some coke off you? And I was just like, that is what I look like. Just this sweaty little gremlin. Just this sweaty little coked up hedgehog. Just like.
So, like when you go to Vegas, every time I go to Vegas, I'm sure this happens to most people, random dudes will just cross you on the street and they'll be like, you want to party? You trying to party tonight? You trying to party? Just asking you if you want coke. I've got like the most approachable, this guy does coke face, I think, too.
But you also look like an undercover cop, and we talk about this all the time.
For some reason, though. Maybe in Vegas, I don't throw off that vibe.
Yeah.
But definitely out here, I look like an undercover
You look
cop.
like an undercover cop.
Yeah, for sure. I am, actually. You're under arrest.
Oh. I didn't know I said I didn't do cocaine.
I don't believe you. You talked about those kids' playgrounds a
We'll be
little
right
too
back. But I got to imagine that there's a lot of animals, all of us said, that are doing a ton of drugs. That there's got to be like, what if ants got in cocaine?
They kind of move like they're already on cocaine all the time.
Yeah, they're just picking up, like just trying to get it back, but then they do it too fast.
Yeah,
they can't get it back. It's like, where was all that coke you were carrying? I was like, I thought you had it.
It's like ants are like humans on PCP. Like with PCP, you don't feel anything. You're like way stronger. Could you imagine if you got an ant PCP?
Have you seen those Red Army ants that just take over?
Oh yeah, those things are terrifying.
Could you imagine those things on coke?
Oof. No, I couldn't.
This fall, cocaine ants.
That'd be a good show.
Yeah, but that just sounds like a bad Facebook group for women who are complaining.
Cocaine
ants. Yeah, just like
this Chili's was bullshit.
Yeah. So this weekend, we're going to Vegas for a friend of ours' birthday, and you and I realized that we have you lived in Vegas for a long time, from Simi, but lived in Vegas.
Not a long time. I lived there for like a year and a half.
Which in real years?
Yeah.
It's like 5 or 10.
It's like when you go to space and come back.
Dude, it is. I like Vegas, but as like a friend. But I can't be there for more than 48 hours. It drives me fucking nuts. You love Vegas.
I do love Vegas. It's got great food.
But we live in a city with great food. It's not like,
I know, but everything's confined to like literally 2 miles out there. There's like 3 Michelin star restaurants within like 2 miles of each other.
But it looks like something. You know how we like build a terrarium or something, or like you put a jar and put a stick in there, and then you throw an ant or like a bug in there. You're like, look, you're home. It feels like that an alien created that for humans. That's what Las Vegas Strip is.
Yeah, it's everything you want in one spot.
Yeah, but it's not. But that's not real. The ant isn't looking at this twig and he's like, "Thank God, I thought I was trapped in a jar for a second, but now I feel like everything's okay." It feels like there's just too much going on at all times. It just feels like everything is so erratic. The lights when you go everywhere, I just feel like the streets are crawling with people that should not be anywhere else.
That is true.
Like people that are wearing so much urine cologne. And there's they reek.
Wait, what is urine cologne?
No, they just piss themselves.
You're talking about
I'm just talking about pissing yourself.
Okay.
But it's insane to me because there's and it never feels like anybody is doing anything about those people on the strip. As long as they don't enter the casinos, they're like vampires. They have to be invited in.
I mean, you're talking about homelessness. We live in LA where it's like the worst.
It is bad, and we do have to fix homelessness. I'm not going to come out against homelessness right now. You're not going to catch me in that, Ryan.
Oh, you want to go on this one? Okay.
Yeah. No, but at least I feel like there's homeless encampments, whereas it feels like the homeless population is Las Vegas.
No, not true.
You don't think that they're just everywhere? We're going to play a game.
I'll tell you what they have. You know what they have out there that's really cool? Their homeless live underground. It's like Demolition Man in Las Vegas.
You like that they're mole people?
Yes, because they don't bother you as much. If they're underground.
What? Dude, what about the methed out guy who you kicked?
Yeah, but he wasn't homeless.
What?
I paid a guy $20 to kick him in the dick. And it was his mom that's the one that made the transaction happen.
So so you think that guy wasn't homeless? You think that they were doing dick kicks for $20?
Yes.
And just going back to
Bro, that guy was making
Dude.
probably $500 a day. In Vegas, that's like $500 a day is like
that guy's got one good day in him. He's coming back the next day and they're like, "You guys ready to get up and get your dick kicked again?" He's like, "Dude, we're doing this."
I think he tucks his balls like into his fucking cat,
like a
somewhere.
popple.
Because I hit him
That old
hard.
80s toy where you
And I have trained to throw kicks, so I felt nothing on my shin. Like I didn't feel balls or anything. I just felt bone on bone.
somebody kicked his dick off.
Someone kicked his dick square off.
Brother. I mean, I like Vegas, but it always feels like there's nothing, like, it always feels like people have an idea of Vegas from, maybe it's The Hangover, maybe it's, Elvis, like the mythology of Elvis, that it's going to be the craziest 80s rom-com you've ever seen. And then it's like 10% of that. I mean, I've been to Vegas probably 50 times. I've had like 3 unbelievable experiences, and then the other 47, I was like, yeah, this was cool.
Here's one of my biggest pet peeves with Vegas is anytime a group of people are going there, they have to post a fucking letter to Las Vegas like, "Dear Vegas, I hope you're ready. We're coming."
Dude.
It's like fucking Vegas has never seen 3 middle-aged women fucking go on a trip. What are you talking about?
Yeah, or that there's the bad behavior that people have is now suddenly, it's like when we talk about when we do a comedy show and there's a lot of bachelorette. I've done enough stand-up shows where there's a lot of bachelorette parties, and I'm not saying this is gender exclusive, but it's like you get groups of guys who are doing that too, and they're just all their bad behavior. It's like, fuck it, we're in Vegas. It's like totally good to do this. It's like we're fine, and it's just I mean, listen, there are cool aspects about Las Vegas. I love going there. I love partying, but it just feels like I'm always surrounded by something that could turn into Mad Max Fury Road chaos at any given moment.
Yeah, you got to learn to control yourself in Vegas. That's definitely what you learn. If you stay there for over 2 days, you're like, well, I probably can't drink like this every day.
Or
so you
go
it down.
broke.
Well, yeah, if you're a degenerate gamble.
Yeah, I think most people that go are.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe not most people. Maybe
Yeah.
just me.
I mean, the day I was there, I told you some guy had won $32 million the weekend before, which is fucking insane.
What casino?
Resort World.
And do you know what the game they're playing?
Blackjack.
Wow.
And I was like, do you just like wire that money? He's like, well, they could have it in cash if they want. I was like, you guys have $32 million in cash here? And then like literally was like planning Ocean's 14 in my head.
Jeez.
Like,
Just one guy.
I was like, don't brag that you have $32 million in here, by
He's
the way.
like, want to see it?
Can I please?
He just had a backpack.
Well, I
He's
am
like,
Jewish. I love looking at money. Can I please?
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Vegas, like I said, for me, we're going for 48 hours, which is awesome. I think that's enough. One time, but here's the thing. One time I was stuck there because a friend of mine was in a show, and we went, and they were dark. I think Monday, Tuesday, or something, like they didn't perform, and so we couldn't get tickets, and we wound up having to stay there for 7 days. And it,
That's a
honest to
long
God,
time.
felt like I was the lead of an indie film that I was going to wind up dead at the end of it. It just was like, I was going full Paul Giamatti, just like, things are not going well for Jonathan Kite. It was just, I couldn't get on a schedule. We were drinking every night, and we would sit at these, like, old time. This is when I was like, in my early 20s. We were sitting.
$2 hands.
What's up?
Like the two, like from Swingers.
Yeah. So then we could just free drinks. We were doing the grossest alcohol. We weren't eating good. It was in August, so it was hot as a motherfucker out there. And just so we stayed to support my friend. I was staying on a couch, and I was thinking for a couple days we stayed at a casino that wasn't there anymore. I mean, that existed, It was like the Brigadoon. And I'm like, maybe it is. I don't know. But it was rough, and it left a bad taste in my wallet.
Yeah. I love Vegas. That's how I end. That's
Vegas,
my
we'll
sales
see you
pitch.
this weekend.
It's like, I hate Vegas. We'll be there in 2 days.
Yeah.
We're going to see Daniel Tosh. That'll be fun.
We are going to go see Daniel Tosh. That should be amazing.
Yeah.
I did shows. St. Patty's Day was this weekend. Super fun. Got to go see Joey McIntyre. Shout out New Kids on the Block. I said this on the pod before. I get tagged in a lot of New Kids on the Block stuff because one of the members is Jonathan Knight. And for there was a while there where I was just getting tagged in a lot of New Kids posts. I don't know if he didn't have social media or if people were just not paying attention when they were tagging. But I love the New Kids on the Block. And I have original tour merch from when I was a kid.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I almost wore it today. And
Why does it still fit you?
so one of them my brother used to wear is like in a nightgown when we were little kids. And now it's a full size shirt on me. And I got to meet Joey at Adam Ray. Shout out Adam Ray. His wedding was this past year. And we had talked about, on Adam's podcast, we had talked about Joey McIntyre a ton. And he's like, he's coming to the wedding. And so I wore the shirt to the wedding to hang out with Joey. And it was the one that had all the handprints on the back where they signed it.
Funny.
Dude, it's great.
They're like, this is a black tie, though. Why are you in a New Kids on the Block shirt?
It was under my my tuxedo shirt.
Hilarious.
It was
Like
my Superman.
The worst version of Superman.
Yeah.
You're super fan.
I was like,
Just
It was the right stuff, man. The right. So anyway, I went to go see. It was awesome because the Bourbon Room just went by. I had a show, but went by to stop by there. It was cool because Burr was there, and he literally just stopped by to intro Joey on the mic.
That's funny.
And then I went to a show that was at the Lyric Hyperion, which was a really cool show. It was 2 of us were drunk. There were 2 people that were stoned, and there were 2 people that were sober. And we each did 10 minutes. And then the audience voted at the end. And myself and this girl, Kelly, who was also Team Drunk, we wound up winning by audience vote. But it was crazy because you really... I mean, the audience, I guess, could have been stoned, but it's like everybody in there was either really drunk, I felt like, or really sober. And so it felt like I think we had a benefit, it being on St. Patty's Day, the fact that we were as drunk as we were. Because right away, they were like, you got to get there early. We don't want people just like sipping. They handed me a full thing of vodka, finished 2 of these before I went on stage.
Jesus Christ.
They were like, we want you to be drunk. And they said that beforehand. I knew what I was getting into. It wasn't like I was tricked into giving back my AA chip. And it was awesome. And it was like, it was such a, because I don't know if you've done that room before, but it's a pretty tight room. It looks like someone's study in a Victorian house. It's like like where everybody is sort of seated. It's very intimate, and it was a fucking awesome time.
Dude, that's wild that they give you that much booze before you go on
Dude,
stage.
it was, well, the stoners were just going through blunts like they were doing a Snoop Dogg album.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know you said Wolfie was there.
oh yeah, she was great. And she was just smoking like a champ.
Yeah, those weed shows are crazy, how much people smoke before they go on stage.
Yeah, it was really fun. But
Did you get super fucked up? Like, were you hungover on Saturday?
I wasn't hungover because it was vodka. What I realized in my old age, if I drink vodka, I mean, I look tired as fuck. Enough.
You look hungover.
Bro, I'm hungover right now. I haven't had drinks in a month. I have resting hungover face. And it's so I felt fine, especially because I felt like I had enough to eat and it was early enough on in the night. But and then I just drank the whole show too.
Oof.
So that was, I mean, I probably had about a half bottle of vodka that night. Easy.
Yeah.
It was pretty nuts.
Is that the new you now? You just get hammered before your sets?
Well, so that's what I said. That was the scariest thing. So somebody had asked me, did it affect the set? I don't think it did. I had a lot of friends there.
Yeah, I asked you. I was like,
oh, yeah. But it is screwing with my memory.
yeah. You definitely have a degenerative brain.
But it did not, like, I thought the set went pretty well.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And I had I'm not saying everything hit. I mean, there were some jokes that I think that I'm still trying to massage right now. But the show was fun. But because I don't drink. So for those of you, our listeners, like there are comics that smoke or drink before they go on there. It helps them loosen up a little bit. You'll have a cocktail every now and then.
Yeah.
That's just not me. I tried it. I've done it before, but I like to be as sober as I possibly can be. Just because I feel like maybe it's something that I'll then start to rely on or whatever. And so I just want to be as clean. And as soon as I got off stage, I'm as drunk as a skunk.
Well, I love crutches, so I'll use anything that makes me feel better before I get on stage.
You're like, I remember my set was great. And we show you the tape back. It's just you going
like, you didn't even get on. You fell asleep.
Bro, you were not good. Not great, okay?
I mean, I did. When we went to Batavia, I got pretty drunk before the late show on Saturday and like didn't even see the light. So that's, I guess, but their light was bad there.
Hard to see the light when you're blacked out.
Yeah, it's true.
We got time for one question today. Thanks for sending in all the questions. We're going to get to them all. Hardest impression to learn. I think there are some impressions for me that if I start to learn them badly, like Brad Pitt, like I tried to learn Brad Pitt years ago, and my brain and my muscle memory sort of has like, it's already incorrectly doing it. So it's hard for me to do a Brad Pitt impression now. And I didn't even realize it until I listened back to myself, on recordings and been like, oh, you're doing that because your muscle and memory and your ear thinks it's right because you learned it wrong so long ago.
Here's something I was wondering, because whenever I try to do an impression, which I'm very bad at, I feel like there's something if you move your mouth in the kind of position that the person you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
Like if you try to hold it in a similar way, you get closer to. Is that something that you do?
It is, because with Trump, but Brad Pitt sort of has like that. Yeah, he sort of has like his lips are a little pursed. Yeah, he does. It's that, and it's breathing for me, because sort of like I think if you can get people's cadence down, but that's how even the most basic Trump impression is. There's so many great people here. Excuse me, you sort of do like the duck face selfie, and you're halfway there. I'm not even saying that's a good Trump, but it's like you understand that somebody's on their way to doing that.
Right.
And the thing with Brad is he, sometimes he sort of talks out the side of his mouth. Yeah, and it's sort of learning it. But other times he'll it's sort of forward like what we said last week from Troy.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Nazis. Yeah. So he does do similar things, but sometimes like it just I'm not able to do that. Also, I have limitations on my voice, right? Like I have a voice that's in the basement. There's a lot of great impressionists that are out there that have more of a mid-range voice, and mine is pretty fucking low.
Yeah, I just don't think he's got that unique of a voice. Is the problem too? Yeah,
I mean, I think we've heard him enough. I think if you were to do like you could sort of do an exaggerated version of him. Just being like, yeah, come on, man. There's like something there, where he sort of like punches his words.
Right.
That
like
I
was gonna say, I try to think of it like if he was in an animated movie, would I recognize his voice?
Sinbad of the Seven Seas.
Would I recognize his voice? No. That's what I think
know.
it's like. I feel like it'd be hard to do an impression of something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I get it.
I think some of the hardest ones for me to learn are also ones that are out of my range. Like when I was younger, I used to be able to do Gilbert Gottfried really well. And now I just can't, my voice just, from all the St. Patty's Day drinking I do, it's just dropping lower and lower and lower. So that's harder for me. But thank you for sending that in. Blast from the past. This week, Jack Dorsey sent the first tweet in 2006. You been on Twitter lately?
Not really.
It is a fucking garbage fire.
Is it?
Bro. People, I mean, everyone, God bless everyone in their opinions. Like, but it's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the first tweet.
It's just bedlam.
Did his first tweet get bought? Like the NFT of it?
Yes.
I love how much the price dropped on it. It went for like it was supposed to sell for like 48 million. That's what people thought it was gonna bring in. It brought in 2.9 or no, I'm sorry. He found it as an NFT. Yeah, it ended with a bid of $280. They thought it was gonna be like millions of dollars.
Wow.
Who the fuck wants an NFT of your first?
You want to
tweet?
make money? Ryan Reynolds should have bought it. Flip these NFTs. That's his show.
No, the NFT
the
mobiles.
NFT flipper.
No,
yeah.
the NFT mobile.
And then he goes there. Yeah. Hi there, NFT flipper Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
That's funny.
I gotta. It's funny. I don't think of Twitter as. Were you ever big on it? I mean, did you ever? Not
I've never
you.
been. I've never been like huge as
active
far
on it?
as like posting or anything like that on Twitter.
Yeah, it's I mean, God bless that it exists. It's just sort of not my thing. I feel like whenever I go on there, it is just like it looks like the Matrix, just a bunch of ones and zeros.
Well, I think I made the joke when it first came out. I was like, "Oh, sweet, somebody made Facebook without pictures." Like it's literally what it is. Like I never understood why that became.
But it's also like opinion. It's like somebody has an opinion, and then you just look at underneath, and it's just like opinion. It's like fuck your opinion.
Yeah, and seriously, fuck Twitter because that's the reason everyone thinks their opinion matters now.
Oh, dude, and we're talking. That's
like-
literally going to be the idea of the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, U.S. President Carter boycotting Summer Olympics in Moscow to protest Soviet invasion of Afghanistan happened this week, and that's where we
So not much has
created
changed.
Osama bin Laden. That was the birth of bin Laden.
The birth of Bin Laden.
And also, Titanic came out in 1998.
Fantastic movie.
Man, my high school girlfriend saw it like 10 times in the theaters.
As you know, I just saw it for the first time in theaters in 3D.
Your wife.
My wife brought
Whoa.
me 3D.
What? Well, all right.
Yeah.
That iceberg looks so real.
I was doing this.
Yeah.
Save
It's
them.
melting.
Yeah.
You try to push Rose over.
Yeah, get some fucking room. Did you see they did a thing to like James Cameron? That's so
To
funny.
prove that there was no room for him.
I love that America is so stupid we hate fake things. Like
Well,
if that
also,
makes sense.
They're just like that people have that big of an opinion on something. Where
That's
they're like,
not real. That's
no, I
what-
know that.
yeah.
Yeah, that it's like, go call your father. Go call your mother.
By the way, that bitch just makes terrible decisions. She doesn't let him on that piece of wood.
By
and
the
then she
way-
throws out a $300 million diamond
Not
when
only that,
her grandkid's struggling.
why can't they take turns?
Her grandkid's struggling. She literally is like living in a little dump. She has a $300 million diamond around her neck. Hawk this thing. Throw it into
I don't
the
remember
sea.
that part of the movie. I haven't seen
At the
it in
end
a
of the
long
movie,
time.
she throws the.
No, I know, but her family was not doing well.
Not really. She has like a little nothing house like that she's living in, and it's not a $300 million estate. I'll tell you that. You heard it here. Rose is a bitch.
Yeah. But why couldn't they take turns on that thing?
Rose is a bitch.
Yeah. Forever. Always has been, always will be.
No, I don't get it. Yeah, he tried getting on once and it started tipping. They're like, well, that's it. We better not try that again.
Yeah. Oh
like-
my God. They couldn't find anything else.
There's
got to be a dead body.
There's hundreds of them.
Just get on this. Make a raft out of dead bodies.
Yeah, take the heat from them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Dead body
Jack would
rafts.
still be with us if Rose wasn't such a bitch.
Hashtag Rose is a bitch.
Rose is a
Use
bitch.
Twitter.
Yeah, that's. I always thought that movie though. It was what a cool movie that there's so much that goes on in the film that you're sort of that's iconic. Like the guy who wrote the song in the Christmas movie that we're doing, he helped produce and write "My Heart Will Go On."
Jesus.
Walter. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That little song?
Yeah. And so it's amazing how much of that, how iconic that movie still is.
Is your Christmas movie a sequel to Titanic? Is that
Yes.
what you're telling us? Okay.
Yeah. It's Jack actually lived, spoiler alert.
Oh, God.
And he floats away and he's just living in a house made of dead bodies.
He is Mr. Frost.
Yeah.
Who's the yeah?
Jack Frost?
Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Jack
Jack
Frost.
Frost.
There
That's
you
what I'm
go.
saying.
Yeah. Titanic is an action movie if you just watch the last hour.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I mean, it's an amazing movie.
It's Escape from LA,
When
but
the-
on a boat.
When the so Titanic. So when all the water is rushing in and you're seeing so I went to see where the Titanic was built in Belfast, Ireland, and you got to see the size of those third class passengers. They're so fucking small. I mean, obviously people were smaller, but holy hell were they small.
Oh, did you hear Ryanair? Sorry, this is off topic for that, but did you hear what Ryanair was talking about doing at one point? Putting standing seats in their plane.
I had done a part of the Southwest joke that was going to be that.
Yeah.
Where you pretty much are like just a bus. Why don't you just have people stand up so nobody gets a seat?
That's what Ryanair was going to do.
Hilarious. I didn't hear about that. Ryanair is a discount airline that exists primarily in Europe.
Yeah, they're from Ireland though.
Yes.
So they're based
and they fly intercontinentally in Europe. They're not outside.
And they also want to charge for the restrooms.
Yeah, so it's a bus.
Yeah, he literally is but he's like, if I do this, I can add in this many more seats. The standing seats would only be $1. $1. People were like, we'd do it. It's crazy though.
Hi there. I'm Ryan Reynolds for Ryanair. Come stand with me in the friendliest skies. We've just been bought by T-Mobile. So my oy vey of the day, do you have any before?
I'm kind of on board with this one.
So, social media is a great thing. Like and subscribe. But it has made people bold. A little too bold. And it's made people think that their opinions actually matter. And the truth is that people get so bold that they comment on anything and everything, on stuff that they would never say to someone's face. And the idea that social media has made cowards of people that they could do behind the internet wall is ridiculous. We are doomed as a species. The fact that they can do it under pseudonyms or fake names or dummy accounts and things like that, just to have their opinions heard. And the problem is that our opinion, we're trying to get heard because we have a podcast, right? But the amount of negativity and trolls that are in the world that are going out to just try to disrupt other people's days, I think that we should have a reality show where if you've made these comments, you should be able to meet these people in real life and get a chance to fight them.
It happened with Deontay Wilder.
What happened?
He had a troll. First off, Deontay Wilder, heavyweight champion of the world at one point, gigantic guy, hardest hitter in boxing, was getting trolled by some guy, called him the N-word online. And this guy's known for being like a troll. And like what this guy does is he goes to gyms, asks people if they want to spar, and then he just goes super hard, like on anybody. So he talked shit to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder took him to the gym, beat the shit out of him. The guy ran out of the ring. Deontay Wilder followed him, kept beating the shit out of him. Like people had to pull him off of him. And it's like, good.
Yeah.
Like this is the real world consequences.
That's the thing. The fact that that we have all these real world consequences for where they can get a canceled campaign. Now, obviously there are definitely people that deserve to be canceled or at least to be shut down in some capacity. But that there's all these microaggressions of people that are just living online, not realizing the ripple effect and sort of not being held responsible for anything that they're saying. And I just think that it's such a crazy reality that we live in where people that not trying to police people's thoughts, but the idea that you could just have these thoughts, put them out into the world and then never be responsible for them or have to that you would never have to, they can exist in the moment and whatever you're feeling, and then you can sort of let them go and be what they are. And I just think that's a crazy world that we live in.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. When you do something like that, you timestamp your opinion of what you were like at that time.
Yeah.
And it's like, you may not have thought that for more than a minute, but now that's like...
Well, Chris Hardwick has a great joke about that people
really?
think about that in the moment. They just say it and then they're done with it. But it's but the thing about real life, like we think these types of things all the time, but because of consequences that could happen, i.e. Deontay Wilder, it's like you keep them to yourselves. And not that violence is the answer to that type of thing, but it's like the fact that there's no consequences when that type of stuff exists out there is just a little insane.
That'd be a good show. Back your tweet up, where it's like you're like, this guy's a bitch. I'll fuck him up. It's like, back your tweet up. Let's see how tough you really are. Or the fact that people are like talking to successful business people and they're like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's like, I'm a billionaire. You're
Yeah, well,
sitting at
everybody's
home.
trying to weigh in on it. And that's the thing is because people want to matter that way.
Yeah.
So that's how they matter, is weighing in on something. Having
feel like-
almost none of the information, but having all of the opinions.
Yeah. I'd say like no successful people are tweeting at
Oh,
other
yeah,
people.
no, of course. You're like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't, you know.
It's big loser mentality.
Bro, yeah, it is. And, you know, and God bless them. I mean, like if that's what you fill your day with, but think about that. You have to imagine if they're doing it for one person, they're like, how much energy are they wasting on all these different people?
I was going to say, that being said, there is some funny stuff that comes out of it. You've been called a lot of names.
Oh, dude, I'm saying, not even that I read the comments. It's so funny. I've had a lot of funny things said about me that we were laughing our asses off on these. And we were going to read them because I think they're hilarious. So, I mean, like, listen, I know I look tired. Don't get me wrong. But people, it's so funny. People they think that I don't know what I look like. I had one guy do one of my jokes to me on here. I don't know if he deleted it or not, but he said a joke that I already say about myself. And then he repeated it in the comment section of the video. And I was like, yeah, man, good luck.
McLovin's looking old.
Oh, yeah, dude. Everyone thinks I look like Lil Dicky or McLovin. We talked about this last podcast, which is, I mean, I don't take that as like that's the only thing is like people are like, they think that hurts people's feelings. I never even looked before because I've had like social media accounts forever, but I never read the comments. I almost never respond to the comments, but because on the Chris Rock video that we posted got so many comments about people being like, you think Chris Rock stole your shit? And I was like, dude, don't you think I fucking know how comedy works? Like, people are so stupid. They don't realize that I'm doing it for them to comment, to put it up more in the algorithm.
This comment is making me laugh, actually.
What is it?
Holy shit, dude's between 24 and 73.
Dude, see, I think that's hysterical. There's another one who was like, your old ass trying to get clout. You need to get those eye bags fixed. I was like, dude, I can't. I always say I look like a basset hound who's never been told he's a good boy.
Here you go. Does this man do cocaine?
Does this man do one guy said, this guy got to take a shower. And I was like, you know what? I think I did look greasy in that episode.
People were so mad about us talking about Austin Butler.
Oh, dude. I know, man. So
there's some girl online. She's like, I'm going to back Austin up. Maybe he'll fuck me someday. That's the mindset of people online too.
100%. Austin Butler is going to see this.
Yeah. And be like, thanks for sticking up for me.
Or Chris Rock is going to see this and be like, thanks, fans.
Yeah. They think their comments have much bigger weight than they do. It's so funny.
Yeah, we're doomed as a species.
They're shooting their shot at Austin Butler, and I can't blame them.
That being said, please like and comment. I'm Jonathan Kite. This has been Kite Club.